Where do I begin? First off, I want to say that there's gonna be a little bit of like blood in the photos and videos that I'm about to show you, but it's just like a little bit. It's not like a lot, but just letting you know if you don't like the sight of blood. Home is behind the world ahead. So my first lung collapse. This happened probably like a year or two ago, and I never actually known that I had a lung collapse at the time. So there was like this one time I thought I was like unfit because I was getting really weird feelings inside, and I thought maybe it was like stress or anxiety. So I thought it could have been that, or maybe I was just unfit because I'm always like working all the time and I couldn't really exercise on my own. Yeah, so I thought it was that. So this one time where I was jogging on a bike trail, and I noticed I couldn't really jog too far, because then suddenly I felt like a tightness feeling on my right side. It feels like from like my chest area all the way down to my back area. It's very uncomfortable, and I had to stop jogging because the more I kept pushing myself, the tighter this pain kept getting, and it was very uncomfortable, and I actually thought I was like having a heart attack or something. I did not know what it was, and from there I just like, oh, maybe it's just like I don't know, like muscle tightening, like a side stitch, I thought, but on my back, I don't know. I just never thought it would have been a lung collapse. Like this whole time, like that whole summer, I was like fine until that coming fall, I decided to go to Hawk Mountain, and I did still have like really weird pressure symptom, but I wasn't, and like sometimes I get like pulsing pain on my right side. This is like the right side is where my lung collapsed, the left side is like healthy, but anyway, the right side is where I get like pins, like a sharp pin, and it like goes away, and I'm like, oh, it's just probably like growing pains or something. Never even aware that I had a lung collapse, but yeah, and I continued with my life. I was working and whatnot. So, and then this one time I went to Hawk Mountain, and it was like a really big challenge, and I don't know if it's from like the pressure, because it's pretty high mountain, like you see everything up there. But Yeah, so there's like, I was walking, I think it's been like a few hours I was on that trail, like hiking, and I was going down the mountain, and then I was going up the steep slope of the mountain where you were like rock climbing, literally rock climbing, like all your strength. And I was like huffing and puffing because I don't really quit. I just keep going, even though there's signs telling me like, hey, something's wrong here. But I just kept going. So, yeah, that's what happened. I made it to the top of the mountain. I took some pictures, videos. It was a really pretty sight. But anyway, so from that night, I was feeling fine. A little pressure still, but it didn't really bother me. But that morning when I woke up, that's when something wasn't right. Like, it was very, like, a little painful, more pressure, and there is like more of like sharp pains. And then I noticed that I was wheezing, like, kind of thing. Like, I never had that before, and I thought, oh my god, do I have like asthma or something? I mean, I never had asthma. I'm just assuming, because who would have thought you were having a lung collapse? But I'm just saying, like, all the things that I thought I was having, but actually I wasn't. I like got up, I was like wheezing. It was really shortness of breath. I couldn't really catch like that desired last breath. And that's when I call my doctor and I'm like, hey, like I'm getting like weirdly weird chest pains. And they thought instantly, oh, you might be having a heart attack. Is your like left arm okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I don't feel like I'm having a heart attack. Like, I feel fine. So anyway, that's when I called my doctor's appointment. I went to them and they thought I actually had asthma. Like, he was listening to my lungs. They sounded all right. But that's when he wanted me to get my x-rays done just to make sure if everything's okay in there. And I really wanted that because, like, you can't tell from the outside, but you can definitely see what's going on in the inside through x-rays. So that's what I did. I got my x-rays. And then he was all like, yeah, I'll let you, like, know, like, maybe tomorrow, whatever, once I get my x-rays done. So as I was going home to get, like, my inhaler, I thought I was going to have, I thought I had asthma, and I was about to buy inhaler. And then that's when he stopped me and called me, and I was all like, you need to go to the ER. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, you have a lung collapse, and that's serious. And I started like getting upset because I never had a lung collapse before, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go to the ER. And I didn't know what to do. I'd never been to the hospital. I never had an ER before. I don't even know what a lung collapse was. And I'm like, all these signs that the whole time I was having a lung collapse and I didn't know it. I'm even surprised I'm still even here because I've had it I'm pretty sure I had it for like a whole year or two. Not even lying. I always push it off like it's something else. Always pay attention to your body signals because it can be serious, maybe life-threatening. So that's when I went to the ER, and from there they were taking care of me. They were taking so many x-rays of me, all this radiation. I was like nervous, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I know they're doing what they have to do. So that's when they put the chest tube inside me, and you have to be awake during that. It was like a small tube, so they put it like between my like ribs. And it wasn't that bad. I did felt it go in though. Like you can like, it's a really odd, it's really uncomfortable. Not really painful, like very discomfort. Like, you can definitely feel, like, the tube, like, going inside you as they pressure it through, like, your muscles. Like, you can feel, like, pop, pop. That's what I was feeling. And like I said, it's uncomfortable. And that's when I started like coughing because they were like inflating my lung. And also my lung was actually 50% collapse. That's crazy. So after they put the chest tube in, it took me like 4 days hospital stay until like the lungs was fully inflated. It's also very uncomfortable getting up because it's kind of painful, and trying to go to the bathroom, like you would probably need some help. I definitely needed help because I couldn't even like get myself off the bed without like it, because it was just uncomfortable. And they finally got the chest tube out. Oof, that was an odd feeling too, like getting the chest tube all the way out. You can like feel like a woo, boop. Not a good feeling. So, second time I went back to the hospital. At this point, I was getting upset because I don't know why this is happening to me. And I really didn't miss the chest tube insert. I did not miss that feeling. And of course, they had to do that again, except because it was like, this time it was only 20 to 30% collapse. So I kind of caught it earlier. So they shoved like a huge tube in, and it was like right underneath like the armpit area, and it's like very, very painful actually. The first time I got it like underneath like the chest ribs, and the second time I got it underneath my armpit area where my ribs are. I hated that part. I really hate that one. But anyway, so that's what they did. They put another tube in, a lot larger, very uncomfortable. I was literally like kicking my feet because it hurts so bad, because you can't move. You wait for this. I mean, of course they like numb it so you don't really feel like the cutting, but when they put the tube in, you can feel the tube going. It's very uncomfortable, but I'm not trying to like scare anyone that is about to go through that. I'm just saying like it's just uncomfortable, so just be prepared. After they put that chest tube in, I stayed in my room, I believe for like 3 days, and then they took out the chest tube because they think that the lungs was actually inflated and it looks good. But this is the time where I'm thinking like, I don't want to keep going in and out of the hospital if it's going to keep collapsing. So, and there is an option that you can take the surgery. Usually you would have to take the surgery because you don't want to just keep coming in and out of the hospital with your lung collapse. So when they took the tube out, the lung looked fine, but the next day they noticed they saw more blebs. And I'm like, this is the part where I'm just like, I just had enough. I just want to go home. I just don't want this to happen to me anymore. And then that's when I start signing the papers. And that's when I was like, okay, the surgery it is. And let me tell you, I've never been through surgery. This is my first time. So I was pretty upset because all I can think about is like, oh my god, am I going to be like, would I be awake after the surgery? Just crazy thoughts in my mind. But so it was like a few days until the surgery, and I have some videos that I can like show you of how I felt. I definitely was pretty upset. So I just want to let you know that I woke up a little bit ago from like coughing. That's only because my throat sometimes get dry throughout the night, so it's kind of hard not to drink any water at the moment before surgery. They had like cleaning wipes to clean me down, like the pre-op before surgery. They did that before I went to bed, and then they woke me up, and it's like 3 a.m. in the morning right now, and sit me down again, and then that'll be the last before the operation. But before I was going into surgery, they took me down into the operation waiting room, and that's when I was like just waiting to like go to sleep so they can do surgery on me. No one warned me that I was going to be knocked out. I just like knocked out, and I don't even remember when or how. I don't know. I was just getting really upset, and they had to like put like medicine to calm me down because it was scary. I was like by myself, and I never had surgery done before. I don't know. And like, why me? Oh, when I was like waking up from my surgery, the first word I heard was my name. And that's when I couldn't really open my eyes or move my body. So I was like moving my feet and hands, telling them that like I can hear them. But in my mind, I'm like thinking, did they start? Am I done yet? Like, what they did to my lungs for the surgery is that they cut me in the back, and they went through and they like rough up my chest cavity. They roughed it up so they can like get my lungs to like, I think they like glued it on there, or just to make it like stay inflated. And they say once they do that, it would never like deflate. So that's what they say. I do have to say though, it was pretty painful recovery.
Hey, Craig.
I'm awake. This is after my surgery operation. My mouth is pretty dry, and I know I look like a hot mess. It is sore. This is my operation. Trying to make my lungs strong. You know, they're very painful at the moment. So after an hour of like resting, I've been trying to drink water to like make my mouth moist because it's like really dry, like so dry I can't even develop saliva. So this is the next day after the operation. It went pretty well. I have these blood clot ligatures on so I don't get any blood clots when I'm laying in bed, but I'm trying to keep moving around. I keep trying to use my lungs exercise with the equipment in the little bag. So I'm trying to keep strong, trying to stretch them out as they're telling me to. But it is pretty painful when you're trying to breathe in deeply, but I'm trying the best I can. I feel a lot better after yesterday, because yesterday I was so out of it. I felt nauseous. I didn't want to eat. It was pretty bad. So right now I have food, and I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited to eat. So it's been draining pretty well, getting all like the fluids, like the blood out of my lungs that they did surgery on, which is normal. So it's like thinning out now, they said, so, which is good. It's so painful today. It's even painful when I talk. Brushing my hair. This is gonna take a while. Yay! All my hair almost fell out. Well, at least I am not free. Alright, I'm going for my walk today. I'm supposed to walk like 4 times a day. I have to wear a mask when I walk out there. But I walked farther than I did. So the more I walk, the more I get better, the faster I'll get out of here. And yes, I have to bring this with me because I can't take it out of my body. I just have to disconnect this and then we'll be walking. It is morning and I woke up a little bit ago. It's like almost 8:30. I woke up at like 6-ish and I went around the hallway to walk. I'm keeping up with these and I feel pretty better today. They also cleaned up the little patch where the tube is in. So yeah, now I'm going to order some breakfast. Now I'm just waiting to be discharged. Cushion. Oh my god. You're the happy boy. Oh, Luke. Now that I'm home, I still gotta take care of the little bandages. So, and I have extra gauze and extra tape to tape it in place and take care of it and clean it. Oh my gosh! I am still recovering. It's been like a week since I was out of the hospital, and I've been using the breathing exercise and been walking, and I'm actually not in much as pain as I was before. I do have like uncomfortable like back moments where it feels like a muscle pull. I believe it's from like the pain and like the nerves that they cut through, so they're kind of coming back slowly. I can definitely have feeling now, because before I couldn't really feel. So yeah, I hope I like help some of you out, because I know there's not too many videos of girls or guys that have like lung collapses, and they usually say it's common in like tall skinny guys, they say. Yeah, careful now and like watch what I do, because I don't want to like go through that again, because it's not a pleasant experience, especially the chest tube. Like that's the only thing that I don't miss. I hope this video helped you, especially with the pictures and videos. This is just my experience. Lung collapse. We're not alone in this. So yeah, I'll give you an update with the date below, like I said. So, and we'll see from there. I'm really trying to fight this, because I just want to get my life back, and it's not fun having a lung. It's just not fun not breathing, and you need oxygen. So I hope this video helps, and I'll definitely maybe see you in my next future video if something else goes wrong. If not, I'll definitely write it in the description of whatever happened to me next, or after the follow-ups. Hopefully it's positive, because I don't want to go through that again. Nobody wants to go through that again. So I'll let you know, and I'll see ya. And take care, and always listen to your body signs, because it can be quite important. Because I didn't, and I probably wouldn't have been here. Because apparently lung collapse is pretty life-threatening, and it's scary. So be brave, guys, because I'm definitely trying to be brave over this, and I wanna get through this. So I'll see ya.